everyone. I'm Varda Sharma, editor Newsband, daily English newspaper of Navi Mumbai, Panvel, Thane, Raigad, and adjoining areas. Today we have with us a very distinguished and esteemed guest whose name has become synonymous with the ethereal beauty of Ghazal music. With a career spanning over 4 decades, she has not only made a name in ghazal singing, but has also ventured into diverse musical landscapes, captivating audiences worldwide. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce and welcome Penaz Masani. Hi, ma'am.
How are you?
Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us. Uh,
Pleasure is entirely my own.
your journey into the world of ghazal music has been truly remarkable. What initially drew you to this art, and how do you feel it has evolved over the years?
Uh, yes, it has been a wonderful journey, and there's so much of gratitude for all the love I've got from whoever's lives I've touched. My father, marhum Dolly Masani, was very fond of Indian classical music. So, कहते हैं ना, जिस घर में गाने बजाने का माहौल हो, बच्चों को शौक हो जाता है. मुझे शौक हुआ, and I picked up the love of music from my father, and I started learning from Ustad Amanat Khasa, who was from the Agra Gharana, as my father also was from the Agra Gharana. Father was a engineer by profession, uh, mechanical and chemical, but he loved music. So that's how I picked up music from him, which was very unlikely in a Parsi family that normally learns piano and is very good with Western music. But the here the interest was Indian music. And when I was in school, I started taking part in music competitions. As my principal would say, Miss Nagarwala, who was a wonderful, charming Parsi lady, impeccably dressed. And she was shocked when I said that I want to take part in Indian music. She said, "You want to sing in Hindi?" So I said, "Yes, I want to sing in Hindi." So that's how I started taking part in competitions. I used to win them. And then in one of the competitions, the judge was India's very esteemed music director, Jaidev ji. You've heard of Jaidev ji?
Yes,
And
yes.
his song, Abhi Na Jao Chhod Ke, या मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, या अल्लाह तेरो नाम ईश्वर तेरो नाम. So he was very happy that this young kid, 14 years, in green bell bottoms and a blue top, is singing Indian music. I won the competition, and then he made me sing for one of the television programs called Arohi. There was no looking back. I became quite a favorite with people because I was an antithesis of everything they thought was Indian music, as a curly mop, the smile, uh, uh, and I was very young, and good Hindi, Urdu music. Then he introduced me to Madhurani ji, my guru today, and what I am in the field of ghazal, in the field of music, is all because of Madhurani ji.
You have from playback singing to even pop music, you have showcased remarkable versatility in your career. So, what inspired you to go into pop music?
Pop music was just, क्या कहते हैं, little diversion, fun thing. My company, as in the music company, Magna Sound, it doesn't exist now, but Magna Sound had a very young, dynamic director of music called Atul Churamani. So he says that let's do a pop album. And actually, it was not all pop. It was an album which was beautifully composed by Shantanu Moitra. You know, the music director Shantanu has given
Yes,
us hits
yes.
like Paririta and Three Idiots. And Shantanu's music was everything except pop. It was beautiful amalgamation of folk. He's very good with folk, and then there was salsa. See, it was a beautiful album, and that's how I recorded Lakire. And since it was not a genre of bhajan, it was not a genre of ghazal, they made it. They had to put the word pop, but it was everything apart from pop. And so I'm very happy I did that.
Yes. And how do you perceive the crossover between traditional ghazals and more modern musical styles?
See, everything emancipates from the sur, right? You sing a ghazal, you sing a bhajan, you sing a geet, you sing lokgeet, classical music, or you sing modern songs, as in film songs. You have to sing well. Whether you sing an Opi Nayyar song, which I've done an album with Opi Nayyar, which is very different from the ghazal because his intonation and presentation was so different. You have to do justice to that particular genre. So I feel an artist has to be an artist, should do whatever she's asked to do with all her love, should present it well. Now, I could get away with pop. Ask me why. Because I came from a Parsi family. I, I am, you know, it's the upbringing also, which is very westernized. So I was comfortable. Do things in which you're comfortable. Don't suddenly start singing something and you say, "Where am I? I don't know this space." I knew that space because we all have heard Beethoven and the Beatles, so I knew that space. So I enjoyed it till it lasted. I loved it, but then I know that Ghazal is my forte, and I did one album and I'm very happy for it. In fact, I did two albums and I'm happy for it. And well, that's that. And I did it well. I did it with conviction, and I'm proud of these two albums.
Uh, in today's fast-paced music industry, where trends come and go quite quickly. So, what you believe is the enduring appeal of ghazal music, and how do you see its relevance in contemporary society?
My dear, ghazals have lasted for thousands of years. It was a byproduct of the Persians coming into India when they came, they brought this music from Iran and came into India. So it was a fabric of our society over years. Urdu was the talking language of the courts way back in the 1700s. So the Ghazal form, which is praise poetry in the first place, which was used to praise the Maharajas and the kings and used to equate them to the sun and the moon and the stars. Then it turned into love poetry. Then it survived that. Then it was not just art for art's sake, it became art for life's sake. Poets used to fight for freedom writing poetry, writing ghazals. So it has survived. And since it is a part of our life, it will always survive. It is not a fad. Yes, singers made it a fad. Everybody wanted to jump onto the bandwagon in the 80s because it was giving a lot of money and it was popularity. So those who lasted. Lots of people jumped out and went into pop. But as a form of music, it will always last. It's taken a back seat now because it's very difficult. It requires a lot of dedication, and it requires understanding of the language. It requires classical music training. So it's not as it's not as simple as you think it is. So it has endured, and it will always be there as a form of music which people want to get to when they are tired or when they want something soft. And if it is a fashion, it'll come and go. As a fashion, Ghazal has gone. It's there, but it's not fashionable. But it is always there as a piece of art, and it always has that antique value. तो किसी को कोई अच्छा शो करना है ना, जैसे यार गजल का करेंगे उसमें बहुत lot of क्या कहते हैं lot of standard. So that's it.
Depth, lots of depth and lots of
Yes. understanding, and it's beautiful. The musicians are so well turned out, so well dressed. There's sobriety. There's so much of, and you can always identify with the words of the ghazal because ghazal is for, as I say, life's sake.
Yes.
The words are so meaningful that every person in life has gone through that phase. So love, brave. So that's beautiful.
Uh, since we are talking about ghazals, would you mind? I mean, we would love to hear something from you, even
I
a few.
I'll just say a few shairis. This was by Nida Fasdi, and I always say it because it's on the life of an artist. That tanha tanha dukh jhelenge, महफिल महफिल गाएंगे, तन्हा तन्हा दुख झेलेंगे, महफिल महफिल गाएंगे, जब तक आंसू पास रहेंगे तब सुनाएंगे. And the first ghazal I'd ever sung was that was in 1981 in my album Aapki Bazm Mein.
Yeah.
After that, I made about 28 albums. So Aapki Bazm Mein, this was my first ghazal which I sang, and Madhurani ji, my guru, composed it so beautifully that till today it's my favorite album. And ये शेर इस तरह है कि दिल में रख लो कि निगाहों में बसा लो मुझको, दिल में रख लो कि निगाहों में बसा लो मुझको, जिंदगी हूं मैं किसी शक्ल में ढालो मुझको.
Wow, wow, kya baat hai. Yes. Ma'am, thank you so much, and really wonderful talking with you, and we wish you all the best. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure interacting with you, and all the best for your podcast and your career. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.